We're just talking about pubs here. Welcome back. This is The Weekend with me, Dawn Neeson, which is why we're talking about pubs, because it's a bank holiday weekend and I hope you're having a really good one out there. Now, we were going to go up to Scotland, but we are having trouble going to Scotland's best pub because they're obviously enjoying Scotland's best pub, possibly a little bit too much, if you know what I mean. So, in the meantime, we're going to talk about what's potentially going to be the Cotswolds best pub. Top gear to top beer. See what we did there. Jeremy Clarkson. Hundreds of people have been queuing to be some of the first punters inside Jeremy Clarkson's new pub in Oxfordshire. It's called the Farmer's Dog and it opened to the public at midday yesterday. And Prime Minister Keir Starmer hasn't really been banned, hasn't even been there. So it's a bit of fun. But
well, it's like the opening of a new IKEA. Like, what is going on there?
It is that bad. So let's see, I still have Jonathan Lister, you've just heard, and David Curtin with me. And as I said, it's a bank holiday weekend, so we can talk about pubs with impunity. Right. Now, I mean, this is, it's called the Farmer's Dog and it's just outside of Burford, just off the A40. Jeremy Clarkson brought it reason. And yesterday there was a 4-hour queue for a pint at the newly opened bar. I'm sorry, David, there's no way on earth I'm queuing anywhere.
Oh, no.
It's
at Glastonbury.
4 hours.
Gosh, it defeats the object, doesn't it? I mean, it looks like a lovely pub. I'm going to go sometime. It's wonderful.
You know
great place. But, I mean, I wouldn't want to queue 4 hours for a pint.
No, I mean, that was just the opening thing. Yeah. But, I mean, every sensible person I know, regardless of whether you like Jeremy Clarkson or not, that's actually neither here nor there. It's like, I wouldn't mind going if I'm down in the Cotswolds, I'm going to pop in. But the serious point of this story, and what, to be fair, Clarkson's doing, is like he's done with his farm, Diddley Squat Farm, which has been a very popular TV series. It's actually promoting the British pub, Jonathan. We know they're closing at a rate of knots in this country.
Yeah, that's something that we can all support. No, I mean, not the closing, the promotion.
No. I'm doing a bit personally to keep them open.
Yeah. Look, I certainly wouldn't queue 4 hours. There are very few things in life I'd queue 4 hours for, and that is not one of them. But for sure, I'm sure it'll do very well. I'd love to pop in next time I'm in the Cotswolds. It's a really, really beautiful part of the world, obviously. And obviously, the biggest story of this in the last couple of days is how he's banned Keir Starmer. Keir Starmer's received the first bar from the pub, which I'm sure will be devastating for the Prime Minister, who's surely hoping to pop in the opening weekend, but I expect he'll get over it.
I suspect they're good mates, don't you, Clarkson and Keir Starmer? I can see.
I guess he doesn't live too far away with the Prime Minister's residence at Chequers. That's up near there, isn't it? That's in Oxfordshire as well. So I guess he's sort of a local, I mean, within 10 miles or so. So
my word, Dawn,
it's not going to be
10 years from now, they'll be doing a podcast together.
Yeah, they will be, actually. Yeah, stranger things have happened. But, I mean, it's strange you mentioned where Sir Keir Starmer actually says, because this is Jeremy Clarkson's comment on why Sir Keir Starmer is banned. He's actually on a board in the hall, this is Clarkson talking, he's banned. I don't think any of them have set foot out of Kentish Town, which is in North London, for the last 35 years, Clarkson said, of the entire cabinet. They're a hopeless bunch. Starmer hasn't done much to endear himself to me yet. We'll have a look at farming. It might turn around, you never know. So, I mean, this is the thing. I mean, the political point here, David, isn't it? It's like, Jeremy Clarkson has raised the issues of farmers in this country and how much of a struggle it is for them, and he's now doing the same for the pub trade. So there's a serious point to what Clarkson's doing.
Absolutely. I mean, these are two things which are part of our heritage, pubs and farms.
Yes.
We need farms, obviously, to grow food, and we are not so self-sufficient in food in this country, and we're going the wrong way on self-sufficiency in food. And I think, what the policies of this government are to pave over lots of farms with solar panels and wind turbines and housing estates, and also to do rewilding, it's just going to be a disaster for our food production. They need to go the opposite way and support farmers to grow food all over the country like we've done before. And they also need to support pubs, because it's very, very difficult for them. They're obviously competing with new technology. People stay at home, watch things on internet these days and have a glass of wine at home. So that's competing with people going out and seeing their friends at a pub. But then, they can do things like stop increasing rates on pubs through local councils to help them out a little bit more. But they're going the opposite direction on this, and they need to support them.
Trips to the pub are incredibly expensive. If you want to have a few drinks, you buy around for someone, and then you have a few people. After a couple of hours, you might have easily spent 50 quid, 60 quid, sometimes a lot more. And that's just not sustainable for a lot of people. So it has become a kind of a luxury experience, which is really sad. And it also explains why so many of them are closing.
Yeah, no, and pubs are not just about drinking, they're also about the community, aren't they? I mean, I live in the working class. I live in the East End of London, and some of our local pubs, you would see so many older people in there, just nursing, like, literally half a pint of bitter, but just to get the company, and just to have a chat and to get some social, you know, probably living on their own, just to meet people. And both of those pubs now, our local pubs, have shut. The other point Jeremy Clarkson was making, though, is... going back to your point, he says it cost me 74p per sausage to get one of his own pigs from his farm slaughtered and cooked. But if he buys an imported pig meat to make sausage, it's only 18p. So there's something profoundly wrong with the food industry at every level in this country.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be really interested to see where those figures are coming from, like why it would be so much more expensive to produce your own meat than to import it. Because I think that, if anything, importing food has probably become costlier since we kind of put up trade barriers with our neighbours. I can't remember what
Are you
that was
blaming
all about.
Brexit?
I can't.
Oh,
I wasn't even going to mention that word.
Oh.
You mentioned it, not me.
We're having a lovely chat about pubs, and he has to go.
Well, when you're talking
there.
about farming, we do need to talk about farming actually, and what Brexit's done for farming. Not only what Brexit's done for farming, and a lot of farmers will tell you that it's completely decimated a lot of their business. And now you have the government negotiating trade deals with countries, and the main things those countries want are better access for their meat in this country. And that's why so many farmers say that the last government sold them out when it came to the trade deal with Australia, where we really didn't get anything other than a positive headline in the Daily Mail that we'd signed the deal and Australia had even better access to our market for their meat.
Getting all excited again. Do you want a quick comment?
Absolutely not. It's not Brexit that is destroying farmers in this country. It is what the government have done, both under Johnson and Sunak and now Starmer, continuing this in actually making farm subsidies related to the whole green agenda and sustainability. So they're getting payments for wind turbines, they're getting payments for rewilding, they're getting payments for not growing food in some cases, rather than actually giving them subsidies for what they produce. And that would benefit farmers and that would benefit food.
So we start off with a nice friendly chit-chat about a pub and straight on to the B word.
I never talk about Brexit anymore. It used to be my thing. I don't hardly talk about it.
Right, you're cancelled. You're both going.